Alright, what's up you guys? I am back for another video. I know it's been a long time, you guys. I know. But your comments has made me come back to YouTube. Not saying I was gone, but I, posted something like 3 months ago. But now I'm back. And basically I'm going to get into that later on. But the comments that I've been reading so far have basically been about the Portland rental market, basically, from what I've seen, and encouragement for me to go also make more YouTube videos. Now, this is just going live. It's going to be organic. I'm not going to edit. I'm just going to go ahead and shoot for it. But basically, I'm going to go ahead and start with the rental market. Now, I would say in my previous video, I basically was talking about how Portland was, and basically just the basics of it as a city. But now I'm going to go get into the rental portion. So, for my Portland enthusiast, I will say this. If you are trying to move over here, it's expensive, but doable. So I'm going to just start with this. So let's say if you're coming to Portland and you want to go ahead and be like, oh, I want to get a studio apartment, right? Now, depending on your area, this can be very expensive or it can be very cheap, just depending. But I would say the basic studio apartments within Portland start at around $11.50 per month. And they can go up to around $1,500 to $1,600. I've seen some of $1,575, so just in that bracket. And that's just for a studio, you guys. And the studio is probably going to be around 450 to 525 square feet. I haven't seen a studio that's bigger than 600 square footage. Average is around 450 to 525. That's the average. So in that price range, you're really paying for the area. I will say this, if you're inside of Portland. Now, if you want a one-bedroom apartment, one bedrooms low end start at $1,300, but can go all the way up to $1,700, and that's just in Portland in general. And if you want to do two bedrooms, it gets even worse. Two bedrooms can start at around, I've seen on the low end, it can start at $1,650 in downtown Portland, and it can go up to $2,500 to $2,700, depending. So it's in that bracket. 3 bedrooms, there's not too many 3 bedrooms, honestly, inside of downtown Portland. They mostly cater to studios 1s and 2s, but the average is going to be a studio apartments for sure. That's going to be in your average price range if you're trying to move in here by yourself and you don't want no roommates. I would also go ahead and state this as well. You cannot survive here on minimum wage. It's just not possible. The minimum wage is better than the federal minimum wage because the federal minimum wage, I believe, is at $7.25. I hope I'm correct. If I'm wrong, you guys have Google. You know how to use it. And the Portland minimum wage within our city is at $12 right now. But luckily, Portland does go up little by little. There's like slow increases per year. We are supposed to go to the $15 mark, but the $15 mark, we won't see that for another 2 or 3 years. But even at $15, if you're trying to live by yourself, it's just, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's very hard. I will say that. I would recommend that you guys go ahead and just if you're going to come here, do roommates. It's just so much cheaper. If you have friends or family out here, just do roommates. It's simpler. I know if you guys, I know how it is. I don't necessarily like roommates. I live alone as well. I don't mind roommates. I have tons of friends and everything, and I can do a roommate situation because hell, it will be cheaper for me. I don't know why I don't do it, but I kind of like my privacy as well, and I'm kind of used to having my privacy. But I won't say I won't do a roommate situation, but it just depends because I'm a person, I need to have my bills paid on time. I also need to go ahead and be able to have my privacy. And with roommates, it's kind of like up and down basically. Sometimes people are like, you just don't know. And different situations happen, and it's just, that's understandable. Now, I will go ahead and also say this as well. When you're coming over here, I will say grocery-wise, because you're going to have to live and you're going to have to eat as well. In the city, things tend to be just a tad bit more, I would say. You're going to be averaging out. For me, I would say, me living by myself, I probably spend about I'll spend about $25 to $30 for groceries per month. I mean, not per month. Oh God, no, per week. But then again, I'm not one who cooks all the time. I know how to cook. I just don't have the time to cook. I am more of a person who will go ahead and run to Starbucks and grab coffee and some kind of crap that they have. And then also, you know, I buy lunch and then I try to not buy dinner. I try my best to cook a meal, but I need to get better at it because I spend way too much money on going out food and plus hanging out with friends and everything. I don't even want to look at my bank account sometimes because that takes away from it. But I will say, if you come here, live minimalistically, you will be fine, grocery-wise. It's not that bad, but it is cheaper in the suburbs. And speaking of suburbs, I'm just going to go right back into the rental pricing. So suburbs, if you're going to go ahead and move over here, there are just a few suburbs you can go ahead and consider. There is Beaverton, there is Tigard, there is Gresham, and I will say also Vancouver, Washington. Now, Vancouver, Washington is like 15-20 minute drive from Portland, basically. So it's like right across the border. So people like tend to hop there. And there are much more suburbs and surrounding cities, but I picked those ones because it's the cheapest. And I also would also like to add, there's also Milwaukee and Clackamas in general. Those are going to be the cheaper areas to live. Now, I will say that a basic one bedroom would start at around, I would say I've seen $850 starting the bare minimum, but that's not a price that you're gonna, that's just the bare minimum I've seen. But the average, I would say, starts at around $900 and could range from $900 to $1,300. Now, $900 is gonna get you something on the lower end. It's kind of gonna be like a little basic apartment, basically. Basic as hell, like, you know, don't expect the bells and whistles, basically. $1,300, of course, you're gonna get the bells and whistles, basically. You're gonna get everything from stainless steel to, you know, whatever fancy apartments you don't have. I don't have time to go into that. But that's what I would say. It just depends. So, like I said, it's doable. But it depends on you as a person. I'm sorry, you guys. This video is kind of like all over. Like I said, I would love to go ahead and invest my time more to do YouTube videos. I really want to, but it's just, I don't have the time. Hence the reason this is like the first post in 3 months, and I just don't have time because I do full-time work and full-time school. And for those of you who know that lifestyle, you guys know how it is. It's busy as hell. Most of my days, go to work 8 to 5. From work, go into traffic, go to school from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock or 6 to 10 depending on the class, and then do it all over again. And then on my weekends, Sunday is the study day. Friday night, Saturdays, that's my hangout and party days. But that's basically it. But I need to go ahead and try to make more room to make more videos and everything like that. But I just wanted to go ahead and get on to this video. I know it's like everywhere basically because I've touched on different subjects and everything like that. But let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. Like, you know, I can go ahead and tell you and guide you. I'm kind of like, well, I'll be your Portland guru basically. So just let me know what you guys want to see, and I will go ahead and hit you back, guys. I'll hit you guys up in the comments, or I'll just go ahead and make another video. Basically, how I started this video because I read your comments. So comments, you guys. Woo! And thank you for watching, and you have a great night. And happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm not wearing green, but you know what? I had green on earlier today. But anyway, later.